Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the NBA Draft Championship. Introducing the challengers. We're not doing all of them since 1947.
No!
Layla.
No!
I'm gonna be the guy to do it, dog. Y'all ain't here. Like, y'all weren't born in 1947, so why we gonna lie? But I'm not gonna do our typical we done with the 90s bit. We will shout out some drafts from the older era, but we're gonna be starting around like 94, 95, 96. Just to still show love to the 90s. But like, some drafts in 84 were actually pretty cool. 84 being mine. I really think the 84 draft was low-key crazy. Top heavy as hell, but crazy.
84 had MJ, Stockton, Chuck, Hakeem, and some other guys on there. Like, if you have 4 dudes in the top 20 all time in one draft,
I don't care if it was me and B-Souls in that draft, dog. Like, they got Chuck, Keem, Jordan, and Stockton in the same joint. Shout out my cousin. They got Jay Humphries. My cousin used to cook me all the time with Jay Humphries. I don't know why. He just did. They also have players like Sam Perkins, Sam Bowie, if you're one of those guys. Tony Campbell, who's good in 2K. But overall, it's a top-heavy draft, but definitely has like 4 top all-time Hall of Famers. What are we doing? I'd say another notable one. I think some people are going to want us to bring up 85. I'm not as high on 85 as I am 87, simply because I think it's just a little bit better talent there with David Robinson, Scottie Pippen. I don't acknowledge the Bozo, dog. I'm sorry. 85 technically is better, but I don't acknowledge the Bozo, bro.
yeah, I am looking at the 1960 draft too. Oscar Robertson and Jerry West came from this draft. Lenny Wilkins was in this draft too. So this was for the old heads, for real, you know. Oscar and Jerry coming out the same draft is crazy.
This is why we're not doing every year ever, because, like, for example, it'd be disingenuous of us to be like the 1979 draft and we only talk about Magic, Bill Laimbeer, and Sidney Moncrief. Like, yes, Bill Cartwright was there, but I don't know 10 things about the career of Bill Cartwright, bro. I'm sorry. But he had like 13,000 points in his career. So, like, you know, shout out to them people as well. Comment below your favorite draft, but let's get to it, bro.
We're going to start this video off with the 1993 NBA draft. Chris Webber went first overall. Sean Bradley went second, but a couple notable names in this draft: Penny Hardaway, Jamal Mashburn, Vin Baker, Allen Houston came from this draft as well. Pretty solid draft. We're looking at how many names? Nick Van Exel, Sim Legend,
Nick the Quick Exel. Oh my God, I hate him in 2K. They're losing points for him. Allen Houston, though, that's my dog. I love him in 2K. Isaiah Ryder got a hell of a shot.
Sam Cassell was in this draft too.
Big Cassell, never the little one. This isn't bad. This actually is shockingly not bad at all. Vin Baker's broken in 2K, side note. I'm gonna say B though. B plus. I'm
gonna start this video off with a B. A lot of these drafts in the 90s and honestly in the 2000s are going to be top heavy just because of the talent, you know, level in the league. But given that though, pretty solid guys that had really long careers. Look at all these like 13, 15-year careers down here. Lindsey Hunter was in the league for 17. So it's a solid draft. It's a very solid draft.
Yeah, a common pattern that you'll see in these earlier drafts though. By the way, shout out Shaq. He did make the cut, buddy. For what we're doing right now, yeah, we named like 4 or 5 names, but like as you'll see later on, it ain't gonna be a trend of just like 10 names tops. Like this is like 10, 15 names tops, and then everybody else literally 6-year and under careers, let alone just weren't that good players.
Next up, we have the 1994 draft. Glenn Robinson was the #1 overall pick in this draft, followed by Jason Kidd, Grant Hill, Donyell Marshall, Juwan Howard, Jalen Rose is in this draft.
Big Jones.
Yeah, Eddie Jones is in here too.
Yeah, this draft, I think, is clearly worse than the one before. Even if you think Jason Kidd clears Penny for you and Webber, go for it. Grant Hill, obviously, we have to play into a factor that he got hurt. While the hype was there, you could argue hype should be higher for Grant Hill, but at the end of the day, we know how his career turned out. I'm going to go ahead and say this is probably like literally a flat letter grade down for me, so B plus to C plus.
Yeah. I'm going to go C plus as well. I'm going to go C plus. That's solid. Next up, we have the 1995 NBA draft. Joe Smith, #1 overall pick.
Should we be taxing people for getting the #1 pick wrong? Anytime #1 pick his ass, you know what, bro?
Can't be S out of nah.
Nah, we're trolling.
Outside of that, you got guys like Kevin Garnett. I don't know if you guys have heard of him.
Yeah, just some guy. Yeah, some guy named Kevin.
Jerry Stackhouse, Michael Finley, Rasheed Wallace, Damon Stoudemire. Damn, that's a drop off.
Yeah, I was gonna break the fourth wall. I'm actually not this big on this draft. We kind of just like had to choose a starting point, but this is like very much like the Shaq draft in '92 for me. I think there's a name, there's another name, kinda, and everybody else ain't it for real. Not that all these players are ass, but there's a name, another name, a kinda name, and that's it. I'm gonna say D tier to be honest. KG hard carries.
Yeah, I was gonna say C- to D+. Next up, we have the 1996 NBA draft. I don't know if you guys have heard of this. Side note, in hindsight, KG shouldn't have came out of high school, man. He should have waited 1 year to be in this draft, man. This draft would have been crazy. Yo, this draft would have been crazy with KG.
In the 96 drafts, the conversation of GOAT draft is eviscerated. Being said, this draft is still in this conversation. I think this is the most underrated draft in history only because it is in 96. Not because of the talent, as Biso was about to mention, but only because it's so old. This draft is nuts.
I don't know about underrated, but
niggas don't talk about it.
What you mean? When we talk about the greatest drafts of all time, this always gets brought up.
Biso's people jump to 03 and 18.
No, they don't.
You're lying. People jump to 03 and 18 all the time. And then they'll go to 84
18 ain't like that for you to just say no one talks about 96 anymore, bro.
Right. People don't talk
I'm not
about
letting
it
you
enough
have that,
then,
man.
bro. I guess, hey, comment below who you see on the TL. I don't see people talk about 96 enough, bro. But go ahead. We're arguing some bullshit. Point is, this a go draft.
Speaking of 96, they got Allen Iverson as the #1 pick, Marcus Camby, Sharif Abdul-Rahim, Stephon Marbury, Ray Allen, Antoine Walker. I'm going to skip a little bit. Shout out to the Kerry Kittles of the world.
That's all Lorenzo, right?
Shout out to the Eric Dampiers of the world.
Big
you know? And then there's this guy like Kobe. I don't know if y'all have heard of him.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Italian dude, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know, from Philly or some shit. Peja, Steve Nash, Jermaine O'Neal, Big Z, D Fish came from this draft too.
This draft is an easy S. Now you could argue that future drafts later on in this video have like deep second rounds even potentially, and maybe that's a criteria for you that hinders this draft to A. Go for it. But I think if you have a draft where legitimately speaking, you have like 15 to 20 all NBA caliber at one point in their career guys, no. And then you're fucking broken. You cheating. So yeah.
This is the take care of NBA drafts, man. Just start to finish bangers. S. 1997. This is the Tim Duncan draft. Tim Duncan should have came a year early. Now let me chill.
Should have just got in school, buddy. I don't know. You should have left high school, and KG should have stayed in high school. Y'all would have made the greatest draft we've ever seen in our lives.
Yeah, man. They got T-Mac, they got Tim Duncan, Keith Van Horn, Chauncey Billups, Steven Jackson.
It's a fall off after the 4, unless you're a big Antonio Daniels fan, personally, or Mark Jackson, but not the Mark you're thinking of, the like tall, dark skinned Mark Jackson. Yeah. So for me, this draft is pretty cool. I don't think the depth is as bad as like the KG draft. I'd have to look at 93 again, but I think it's around the 93 tier where it was Weber and Penny, but then like that third name was cool and then the fourth name was I, and then you feel me? So I'd say because Tim Duncan's that damn good, I could even hear B+. I think it's probably a bit worse, but I have to look at 93. But I'll probably just keep it even and say B+.
I'm going to say C+, B-. I think you are right. Like, compared to the other drafts, T-Mac and Tim Duncan carry. And shout out to Chauncey. Chauncey would be the next level down. And then Keith Van Horn and Steven Jackson, respectfully. I don't know.
Yeah, I think their role players in 93 are a bit better, like Allen Houston. And I know I'm sounding Mickey because who the fuck say you should talk about Allen Houston and shit, but just hear me out. Allen Houston, Rodney Rogers, Vin Baker, Isaiah Ryder, I think Jamal Mashburn even, Sean Bradley. Yeah, I think those names are better. So, yeah, I'll say that 97 is probably like B, maybe B-.
Next up, we have the 1998 NBA Draft. #1 overall pick, Michael Olowokandi. Stinky. God. But in terms of the talents that came out this
what
draft,
the fuck? You dragged the shit out of that.
But in terms of the names, man, we got Dirk, we got The Truth, Paul Pierce, Antoine Jameson, Vince Carter, Cuttino Mobley, Michael Dickerson, Rashard Lewis, Mike Bibby, Larry Hughes, Ricky Davis. Yo, this is solid. Al Harrington, Bonzi Wells. Hold on, Tyronn Lue. Michael Holloway.
Yo, stop, bro. This is a sleeper draft, though. I think literally this draft gets hold for like the lack of aura in it, essentially, because like Dirk being the consensus best player in this draft for many of you is like, Dirk's cool, but he's not Tim Duncan, but he's not KG, anything like that. And some people might even argue with that there, and that's the whole point. Vince Carter and Paul Pierce are no Mickey 2-3s. Those are like people that could be a number one in any given draft. You have Mike Bibby, Larry Hughes, Ricky Davis. You have a hella good role players here. I didn't expect to have like 12 names that I really like. I'd probably say this is actually just like the 93 draft. I'm probably giving B+, maybe even a bit higher.
I'm giving him B+. I think if 96 is S, this is the second best draft that we've seen.
Yeah, thus far, yeah. I'm tempted to go A- even. Yeah. It's not bad at all.
Next up, we have the 1999 NBA draft, number 1 overall pick, Elton Brand, followed by Steve Francis. We got Baron Davis in this draft too. Rip Hamilton's in this draft, Corey Maggette, Sean Marion, Wally Zerbiak, Jason Terry, Lamar Odom, Manu Ginobili, Meta World Peace, aka Ron Artest, Andre Miller, AK-47. Hold on, James Posey, Kenny Thomas,
Deion Glover, Jermaine Jones.
Hey, this draft got some names now.
On some real shit, like we're trolling it, but like deadass, this draft is deep as hell, right? But I'm not giving anything above a B tier. My criteria is this one hitter quitter TKO. Gotta have Hall of Famer, dog. For I can't do like the you know what I mean when I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. Like bro. you gotta have a you feel me? Like this draft good though, deep ass draft. I'm going to be very high on the depth of this draft. Actually, give it a B. I think, goddamn, how many more names you need, Sage? I think this draft is like 20 deep, but like we got B's and B pluses across the board, dog.
Unironically, Sam is a better criteria than Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Hall of Famer tag because I forgot how the NBA Hall of Fame is. My bad, man. NBA Hall of Fame is so. But they're good players, seriously.
Manu's just all right. No,
they're good players. I'm hating. You know what I mean.
I know what you mean, man. But yeah, the depth on this draft is pretty good. It's a bunch of twos, just a bunch of 2s and 3s. With that being said, though, I'm still give it's a B tier, B-, B around there. I think any draft where you can name like a bunch of notable names
gotta be up there.
Notable all-stars, like, and I'm talking about like 8, 10 deep. Nah, that's a good draft.
No, yeah, nobody comes away from the 1999 draft and being like, damn, what was this now? B-Souls, I know you don't like this next draft.
Next up, we have the 2000 NBA draft. Number 1 overall pick, Gil's Arena's running mate, Kenyon Martin, as the number 1 overall pick. In this draft, we got Michael Redd, Jamal Crawford, Kenyon Martin, I just mentioned, Desmond Mason, Hedo Turkoglu, Mike Miller, Quentin Richardson.
You can stop.
Darius Miles.
You can stop.
Speedy Claxton.
I'm doing it. This draft's F, bro. this is the and I'm saying not that these players suck, for the love of God, comment 234. I'm saying imagine your team tanked, lost like ass, like Pistons level ass for number 1 in this draft class. You would be pissed off. You would be infuriated that y'all did all of that for fucking Michael Redd or Jamal Crawford or something like that, bro. So we don't need to play stupid. We're comparing it to other draft classes. This is an F.
Yeah, it's just top heavy, ain't really there. In terms of 2s and 3s, the draft we just saw is better at producing 2s and 3s. And even at 3s, the other draft was still better at producing 3s. So we're really looking at a bunch of 4s
man,
as their best, And once you get to the middle of the draft, we're looking at the Keon Doolings of the world, So shout out to Keon Dooling, Celtic
the
legend.
Cardinals of the world. Like, all
yeah, nah. This draft is ass. I just want to know what was happening in the NBA world to produce such an ass draft class. God damn.
That's not it, Chad. I'm sorry.
Next up, we have the 2001 NBA draft. Just see the first name.
With Kwame Brown.
Kwame should have came a year earlier, actually, to make the worst NBA draft class. Should have came out as a junior in high school. Yes, because I know he came out of high school, man. But yeah.
Kwame, he going to cuss us out.
Number 1 overall pick, Kwame Brown. Followed by, Gilbert Arenas. Gil's in this draft. Jason Richardson, Pau Gasol, Zach Randolph, Joe Johnson, Tony Parker, Mehmet Okur, that's a drop off. It's funny when you see the drop offs. Eddie Curry, Richard Jefferson, Gerald Wallace, Shane Battier, Tyson Chandler. Hold on.
Yeah,
Samuel Dalembert was cool in 2K.
Yeah, order it by picks because I want to say this is my agenda for this draft. I just want to make sure I'm correct here. Yeah, this draft unironically was just drafted wrong. But this is a good draft. But like literally look at it. I don't need to debate anybody. It's just wrong names. But like the talent's there. I think it's on the same level like 97. I'm going to give it a B. I don't think for like what it's lacking in terms of T-Mac and Duncan being that damn good, it makes up for with the amount of names. So I think this is a B tier.
I'm going to say B minus.
Yeah, because I don't want to overrate Gil. Tony Parker's good too. Pau Gasol's good too. Zebo, J.
They got Hall of Famers.
Yeah,
I don't know if they got.
Yeah, they ain't got a.
Yeah, I don't.
I give B minus. I actually agree. I give him a little bit worse than the T-Mac draft.
Prime Gil might be that home, but for 3 years, I don't know. No.
Yeah, like talent wise, absolutely, but it's 3 years though.
B minus. It's cool. Next up, we have the 2002 NBA draft, number 1 overall pick, Yao Ming, Big Yao, the biggest Yao, literally. We have guys like Amari Stoudemire, Carlos Boozer, Caron Butler, Louis Scola, Nene, Mike Dunleavy, Tayshaun Prince, Drew Gooden, one Carlos Navarro. There's a drop off.
Jay Williams, first take analyst.
Jay Williams, John Sammons was cold in 2K. Matt Barnes is in this draft.
Kareem Rush.
Hold on now. Razul Butler.
Roger Mason.
Razul Butler was how I found out there are 3-and-D players in the league, man. Okay.
Dan the Kid.
Jared Jeffries, Knicks legend.
Jared Jeffries.
Yeah, they got
some names, man.
But they funny names for a reason.
Nah, they are funny for a reason, though. I gotta say this is like C minus because even top heavy wise, pause if needed. I'm like, Yao's cool, short prime. Amari's cool, underrated prime, but he's cool. Carlos Boozer, same thing. And then what we talking? Luis Scola, Nene, and Caron. Yeah, I gotta go C minus.
I probably like last year's the 2001 draft, like Tony Parker and them better. Yeah, this is probably C. Next up, though, we got the 2003 NBA draft with number 1 overall pick. Y'all understand nothing was done to me. LeBron James, number 1 overall.
40,000 points is such a fucking crazy thing to look at, dog. Like, this nigga has 40,000 points and then 2 other stats with 5 digits in them. I think it's crazy, bro.
I know y'all don't like advanced stats, but his VORP being 3 times higher than...
like, this is what I'm saying, man. I'm at the point where Bron fans can't piss me off anymore, bro. Because, my God, I just got to acknowledge this nigga had a career, bro.
Yeah, but outside of LeBron, Carmelo Anthony, D Wade, Chris Bosh, Josh Howard, David West, Mo Williams, Chris Kaman, TJ Ford, Kirk Heinrich, Leandro Barbosa, Kyle Korver, Luke Ridnour, Boris Diaw, Travis Outlaw, Mikael Petrus, Carlos Delfino, Zaza, Steve Blake, Keith Bogans,
the GOAT,
Nick Collison, Matt Bonner, Dante, Kendrick Perkins, Sasha Pavlovich,
James
Luke
Jones,
Walton.
the other GOAT. They got 2 GOATs in this draft.
Yeah, no, even, I ain't gonna lie, this gonna be Mickey, but when we talk about notable NBA names, some of these guys weren't crazy, but they got notable, like Nick Collison. OKC Thunder fans love Nick Collison, bro.
There was a point in time where Nick Collison was the favorite Thunder. Keith Bogans was one of the favorite Bulls. Fucking Steve Blake, and then what's his name? Kyle Korver for the Hawks. This draft, yeah, I'm gonna sound like a tot here. This draft has one of the most aura I've ever seen in my life. This is the most aura draft probably ever. Let alone is it that damn good. I'm gonna have to give that ass, man. Like the fuck.
Easy ass. I don't know why it wouldn't be, because top heavywise they got it. Even the 2s and 3s argument, they got some really good 2s and 3s in terms of longevity and depth. They got it too.
3s and 4s even then, and I don't know why 2K hoes David West. For some of you that are probably gonna be like, I'm not big on David West. Yeah, I know he's only like a 74 in that game, right? But no, David West was like that, boy. So I don't know. The draft's stupid good.
At a point in time, I was like, David West or Pau Gasol.
Never was on that type of time. Wasn't me, but I hear you.
Next up, we have the 2004 NBA draft class. Number 1 overall pick, Dwight Howard. Followed up by Emeka Okafor. And we'll skip through the rankings.
Oh, man.
We got Kevin Martin. We got Al Jefferson, Ben Gordon, Luol Deng, Josh Smith, J.R. Smith. Well, honestly, Josh Smith like that too. Josh Smith.
Yup.
Let me say it again. Andre Iguodala. Emeka Okafor was solid. Jameer Nelson, Devin Harris, Trevor Ariza, Delonte West. Got Tony Allen down there. Sebastian Telfair.
Is that Andre Beatrice?
And the guys.
Yeah, this and the guys is wild. Yo, this draft, I mean, obviously it's not 03, cat out the bag there, right? But this draft for me, it's weird because if you're talking peak for peaks, this draft is like low key slept on. But like the primes for many players in this draft are so short in terms of being like a top tier guy. Like Kevin Martin's prime, pretty cool. I think we had like what, a 4-year stretch. J.R. Smith was never seen as that guy. Josh Smith, same story as Kevin Martin. Andre Iguodala, in terms of a scorer, same story. A lot of these guys just didn't have the longest dominance in their prime outside of Dwight Howard, of course. And then when it comes to longevity, I mean, most of them were just pretty damn good role players. So I'd give it I don't want to just keep throwing B tier around. I don't know how many times I've done that, but like a B. like a B.
I actually am not a fan of this draft. I ain't gonna lie. Because they got the in Dwight. But the drop off from Dwight to who? Kevin Martin? Yeah, nah, that's too big of a drop. Too big of a drop. So I'm gonna say C+.
So that's my thing. I really think Iggy was
Oh yeah, if you want to say Iggy's the 2, that's fine. But when his legacy is being the guy who robbed another dude.
Not fair, man. Oh my God. I hate voters, bro.
Yeah, no, his legacy being a role player finals MVP, it's still a pretty big drop off, man. So I'm gonna give this one a C to a C+.
I might be overrating it, actually. I'll go B-.
Next up, we have the 2005 NBA draft. Number 1 overall pick, Andrew Bogut. Actually isn't that bad compared to how y'all view Andrew Bogut now. Got Monte Ellis in this draft. Damn, he led this draft class in career scoring.
Damn.
Chris Paul, Danny Granger, D. Will, Lou Will, David Lee, Andrew Bynum, Raymond Felton, Nate Robinson, Jarrett Jack, Charlie Villanueva, Marvin Williams, got Ersan, Rashard McCants. Oh my God!
Instant S. No more debates about it. We've seen enough.
Now they got some names on here, man. Brandon Bass, Amir Johnson.
I'm going to have to remove Rashard McCants just to nerf this draft for making the video. We remove Rashard McCants. I think the same thing you thought about last year's draft in this one, man. This is definitely a C- for me. I'm not high on the high-end talent, and while Chris Paul is a name, I understand Twitter won't like that, but he is. Nah, everybody else I'm cool off of. Like Darren Williams' prime is very short-lived. He's known as the guy that fell off. Andrew Bynum's another guy. He's known as the guy that fell off.
Was Darren Williams' prime short-lived?
His prime was like early.
I just feel like we don't talk about D. Will enough, like in general, man.
Well, no. I'm a D. Will fan, so it's one of my favorite episodes in Disney Channel history is the Sweet Life on Deck episode when he pulled up. Yeah, like I fuck with D. Will. That's how he brings it up. I fuck with D. Will,
that's
bro.
That's my guy. Ever since then.
But, like, I got to keep it a bean. His career started off so, like, promising, and then it just womp. And then he retired relatively early. He retired at 32.
Yeah. Who's that in the NBA right now, chat? Ben Simmons?
Jesus. I'm not calling him Ben Simmons. See, I didn't do that.
I was asking. Goddamn.
Nah. He called him Ben Simmons, man.
Nah, who peaked early and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, died off a little bit too quick, too soon. Who is that? Who is it then, Sage? If it's not Ben Simmons, who is it, bruh? Because you said that's what his career was. Give me a name then. Who is the current NBA equivalent?
I think every player in the NBA is 1-on-1.
Oh, brother.
D. Will.
Anyways.
Who really rock with you, man? Who really rock with you, bro? You got another person like that in Monte Ellis movie. You got another person just like that.
All right. Whatever 04 was, that's the same. Yeah. Same logic. I was thinking about the drop off between D. Will and like Iggy, but Iggy still had a better career than D. Will. So yeah, nah. Next up, we have the 2006 NBA draft. Number 1 overall pick, Andrea Bargnani. Side note, 10-year career averaging 14.
Yeah, he's like
Not bad.
one of the best busts in NBA history. like he wasn't that bad. It just injuries,
Yeah,
man.
if we're drafting a team of busts, Andre Bargnani might be my number one pick.
He's high. He's very high.
What a great guy.
Andrew Wiggins?
Not a bust anymore, man.
Okay.
All right, in this draft, Andre Bargnani was the number one overall pick, but they also had LaMarcus Aldridge, Brandon Roy, Rudy Gobert, Kyle Lowry, Paul Millsap, JJ Redick, Big Doe, Ronnie Brewer, Daniel Gibson, Jordan Farmar, Shannon Brown, Leon Poe, PJ Tucker. Hold on, Steve Novak. Hold on, they got some names on here now.
Ryan Hollins.
What happened to Ryan Hollins' media career, man? He should be up there, man. When we talk about NBA media busts, no, because for real, bro. What Rashard McCants is doing right now, why can't Ryan Hollins be that?
Oh my!
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, Ryan Hollins was a hot take machine, and he had charisma, and he had aura. What happened to my goats? What happened to my glorious king, Ryan Hollins? I am a fan.
Why were you such a big Ryan Hollins first thing?
No, he was just like hella like entertaining. I don't know. I like this delivery.
Stephen A. clocks out. Yes! You've been waiting for the Ryan Hollins episodes, man. In 2K, this draft is broken. I don't know why, but in 2K, Kyle Lowry becomes like an 85, and then Andrea Bargnani becomes like a 90. Real life, though, I mean, I already told you, Peak would be B tier because they don't have a but I'm honestly gonna go a little bit lower than that. Maybe that's some hating shit, but I don't like these role players enough to give it that optimal B tier. So I'll go like B minus, maybe even C plus.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go C. I'm not high on this draft.
Yeah, now that I'm really thinking about it, Aldridge, B. Roy, Rudy Gay, and Bargnani are 4 injury. Yeah, C. Yeah, because they didn't even play.
Because even the of this draft is LaMarcus Aldridge, like
or Rondo.
Oh, not too much.
Now it's not too much on not Big Dog.
No, because the way you said it, Rondo. Like, all right, relax.
Just
not too much, bro. He's better than
dumb.
D. Will. Yeah.
D. Will.
Yeah.
D. Will. I wouldn't say that, D. Will. I know what you was.
I knew what he was too. Not better than Rondo.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Better handle, better shot, better creator.
Who rises in the playoffs?
Oh my God.
Next up, we have the 2007 NBA draft. Greg Oden was the number 1 overall pick, followed by Kevin Durant, Al Horford, Mike Conley, Mark Gasol, Rodney Stuckey, Wilson Chandler, Thaddeus Young, Jeff Green, Nick Young was in this draft, Al Thornton, 2K legend, a lot of 2K legends. Aaron Aflalo, Carl Landry, Aaron Brooks, Marco Bellinelli, Ramon Sessions, Joakim Noah's down here. Greg Oden was definitely a what if, but you know, shout out to Greg Oden. Jared Dudley, Daquan Cook.
This was a draft after Kevin Durant. I'm going D tier just like the other Kevin. I think KG was there. You got to be very, very, very high on Conley and Mark and Horford, which I am, but I'll go D plus because it's better than the KG names, I guess. But it's not a good draft. It's role players.
I like this better than last year's draft, the 06 draft, just because KD carries that much. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, you can do that. Fuck it. C, same tier. That's as high as I go though. Same tier, C minus.
Yeah, C plus. Yeah, these mid 2000s drafts.
Ooh, yeah, right.
God.
LeBron got here and niggas was like, why play? Dick suck.
Are we really done with the 2000s? Nah, dead ass, man. Hey!
We done with the 2000s. Garbage. Because most of the role players that we're naming, people don't care about them till like 2015, 16, 17, 18. But during that era, fuck them.
Starters. Hey, man. Told y'all it was coming, chat. Told y'all it was coming. But y'all started the snowball, so hey, we snowballing now. I'm on it.
Done with the 2010s is going to feed families.
Sage, I already know the argument. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to start that snowball. Damn. Joakim Noah? Nah.
Boy, the center, Andre Drummond. All right, now.
I don't. Yeah, friend of the show, but friend of the show. That's why when y'all gas up Boogie, I'm like,
okay. Yeah, DeMarcus Cousins was there for the 15s. Yeah, Big Boogie, never the little one, and Big Serge, blocker, Brook Lopez, who's in this draft. Yeah.
2008 NBA draft, we got D Rose, number 1 overall pick.
Yep.
One of the craziest what ifs ever. Followed by Russell Westbrook, Kevin Love, Brook Lopez, Eric Gordon, Gallo, OJ Mayo, Goran Pekovic, Mike Beasley, Ryan Anderson. I'll be honest, I'm looking at this draft, a lot of what ifs.
Yeah,
Roy Hibbert's in this draft too.
Russ is carrying this draft for me right now in the sense of like a certified we got an answer player. I'm gonna say C+. DeAndre Jordan, shout out to him as well.
A lot of good role players now that I'm looking at.
Yeah, JaVale McGee even.
You got JaVale McGee down here.
And by Mute, if he wasn't like on the wrong team, he would have been a good role player as well.
Yeah, they got some good guys, but ultimately this may be a crazy what if because Derrick Rose is a what if, Eric Gordon's a what if, OJ Mayo is a what if.
Some people would argue that Kevin Love, if he didn't go to Cleveland, was just able to hoop is a what if. So
yeah, Gallo. Now let me chill. I'm gonna stop there.
The bar stops at Gallo what ifs, man. Batum what ifs.
But yeah, I'm gonna give this one C+ again, man. I don't know.
I'm going C+, maybe B-. At this point in time, I've stopped writing down my other grades, so hopefully my grades don't get too wonky. But I think this is relative to like that 99 draft, but like Russ is kind of carrying up for like the couple of lack of names.
2009 NBA draft, finally a good one. Jeez.
Oh shit.
Number 1 overall pick, we got Blake Griffin, followed up by guys like Steph Curry, James Harden, DeMar DeRozan, Drew Holiday, Tyreek Evans, Brandon Jennings, Ty Lawson, Darren Collison, Jeff Teague, Marcus Thornton, Ricky Rubio, Gerald Henderson, Damari Carroll, Patty Mills, Danny Green, Pat Bev, Chase Budinger, Terrence Williams, 2K God, Terrence Williams.
Yeah, we've been spamming B tier for a long time. This is A tier. This is easy A. I'm not going to call it S. But it's damn good. Like, what more do you want out of a draft? Deep role players, very high hymns. Definitely got one, if not two, of the names in here. And then you also got some very, very, very notable number 2. So yeah, this is easy A tier. And even a what if for my Tyreek Evans fans.
Yeah, I think this is the first A. If Blake Griffin panned out to be something closer to what we thought he should have been, this may have been S, but another Blake almost. Am I right? Now let me chill.
Stop, man. Stop, man.
Blake Griffin, a what if in a what if. Now.
This next draft, I'm not going to say overrated, but this next draft to me is one of the most hyped up drafts in a while.
This was my introduction to the NBA.
Yeah.
So I remember John Wall being hyped up, Evan Turner, you know what I'm saying, that wing out of Ohio State. I don't know what they was gassing up Derek Favors.
I know Wesley Johnson and Favors hype was there, but especially Wesley Johnson, I'm telling you.
Yeah, there's always that two-way wing that can't really like play make, but has like really high defensive and can possibly get the Josh Jacksons of the world is what I'm getting at. But number 1 overall pick, John Wall. We got DeMarcus Cousins in this draft. We got Paul George in this draft. Gordon Hayward, Eric Bledsoe, Greg Monroe, Hassan Whiteside. I think he was undrafted actually. No, he was the second round. Yeah, Jordan Crawford, Avery Bradley, Derek Favors, Evan Turner, Lance Stevenson, Al-Farouq Aminu.
Big Fields, big Pat. I think we're going back to that B-ish tier. I think this is like very, very, very reminiscent of the draft with Dirk, Vince Carter, and Paul Pierce. Just to be honest, a bit worse. So I ranked them at an A-. I'm going to say it's B+ around that Weber and Penny thing. So yeah, that's probably consistent for me.
I'm going to say B. I think the depth in this draft, though, is pretty impressive. Now that I'm looking at it, what is this, like 20 names deep? Pulling out like a Larry Sanders out of that, like Xavier Henry. In terms of the top of this draft, not bad as well. Nothing too crazy, but you know, Paul George, in my opinion, is a top 75 player of all time. DeMarcus Cousins, he's kind of like the Yao Ming of this draft. You know, his peak was crazy, but that's about it. John Wall, too, same thing. Peak was crazy, but...
Yeah, John Wall, unfortunate that his longevity couldn't last in today's era.
Gordon Hayward, peak was good, but that's about it.
Good peak.
I remember those win conversations in 2017 with him, PG, Jimmy Butler. Good times. Yeah, I'm gonna give this one a B-.
Yeah, I think it's just a bit worse than 98.
2011, Kyrie Irving, number 1 overall pick. But before we do that, I am looking at this order. God,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is another one of them drafts where you think it's shit, they just drafted the wrong way. This draft ain't bad.
This top 5 is
This draft is not bad. It's just they drafted the wrong way.
Nah, before we, I'm looking at this top 10.
Derek Williams, Tristan Thompson, I don't even know, Juan Han, Bismack Biyombo, Brandon Knight, Jimmer Fredette, Alec Burks is in the lottery as well. Man, I'm telling you,
Enos
this draft
Freedom, bruh.
This draft is way better than it leads off to be. Absolutely.
But yeah, if we look at the names though, Kyrie, Kawhi, Clay, Kemba, Jimmy, Isaiah Thomas, Vucevic, Tobias Harris, Bojan's in this draft. Brandon Knight was a solid point guard. I ain't gonna lie, I understand he's a meme, but he was still a solid point guard. JV, Chandler Parsons, Reggie Jackson, Mirotic, Kenneth, the Kenneth Reed height. Nah, y'all wasn't there for that, man. For no reason. Now let me chill. His rebounding was cool, twins. But Morris twins, Tristan Thompson, the next
Marshawn
Kobe.
Brooks was in this bitch. Oh shit.
We dropped Sage, I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Go ahead.
My 11-year-old ass saw those pics of Kobe Bryant in like Celtics warm-ups back in the day. I seen how this dude play, and I'm like, damn, he's reincarnated. This is the what if.
No.
This is the what if.
Kobe was still playing basketball.
I
man.
know, bruh. God, I was 11. I was 11. We got Iman Shumpert down here too. Norris Cole.
Big Cole.
Bismack Biyombo.
Yeah. Like I was trying to get across, well, we did get across. Yeah, this draft is good. Let me be very clear. It's just drafted in the wrong way. I think this draft is underrated because of that. 2011 for me, I think kind of holds up. You got the Kawhi Leonard pick, you got the Klay Thompson, got Kyrie Irving. I think I'd probably maybe even too highly say A- here. I think the role players in this draft are very, very, very good.
I think this is pretty comp to the 2009 draft, to be honest with you. Unless you just hold Steph Curry and James Harden to a high regard, to the highest regard. But if we're looking at the top 2 in this draft, it would still be who? Kawhi and Kai or Jimmy. But the fall off from that being Clay, Kemba, Kai still, Jimmy still. Nah. This draft
I'm going A-. I'm going A-.
2012 NBA draft, Anthony Davis, number 1 overall pick, followed by, and looking at the order again, the order was not that strong.
Yeah.
Actually,
hit, miss, hit. It was literally hit, miss, hit, miss, hit, miss over and over again.
Yeah. But in terms of the notable names, Dame came out of this draft, Bradley Beal, Chris Middleton, Harrison Barnes, Evan Fournier. Ooh, that drop off.
I was going to say.
Just hit me. God.
I was going to say you can keep reading names if you want, because there's some notables like Draymond Green, Jay Crowder, Thomas Satoransky for my Wizards fans out there. But I'm going to cut the shit right here. This is the definition of a C tier. You got some names and you got some who's. I'm not. It is literally, this draft is like, you got like about 10, 15, 20 names that for sure you fuck with. And you got some what ifs. You got some who's.
3 top 75 dudes, though? I don't know how many drafts can say that.
Maybe I'm underrating Draymond here.
Yeah, because Draymond was down there, but 3 top 75 players is crazy. And then to still have Bradley Beal, Andre Drummond.
I'm going to be blunt, though. And we could really get, like, push-up glasses here.
I just said Andre Drummond.
Yeah, but, like, to push my glasses up here, because I know I'm the guy that doesn't take himself seriously. But if you were to take me seriously for 5 minutes, souls, and SNSers, let me know if I'm tweaking here. The role players in this draft kind of suck compared to the other role players, bro. Dion Waiters, Evan Fournier, Terrence Ross, Jeremy Lamb, Terrence Jones, Jay Crowder, I guess, for my 3-and-D'ers, John Henson. Like, these names, yeah, we know them, but, like, compared to, like, the other role player names that we mentioned thus far, they're kind of falling flat for me. So much so that I can only say, yeah, Draymond like that so much. I could see C+ because I am sleeping on the Bradley Beal Middleton there, to be honest. I forgot they were there. But, yeah, like, even Harrison Barnes for me is not hitting right now, bro.
I'm going to say B-. What'd you have them at, C?
I have them at C+. To compare him to some of the older ones, I have this comparing to, like, the kid Grant Hill, below the deep ass draft in '99, below the Duncan and T Mac with Chauncey Billups draft.
That's fair. That's fair. Next up, we have the 2013 draft. Another one of those drafted wrong drafts. Really drafted wrong.
Really wrong. Like, come here, yo. Like, they fucked up. Like, how do you fuck it up that badly, bro?
Yeah, and honestly, I thought the craziest thing that night was Nerlens Noel dropping, and then in hindsight,
oof, double it, double it.
Yeah. Number 1 overall pick, Anthony Bennett, but again, jump forwarding to the notable names. Got Giannis, got CJ McCollum, got Victor Oladipo, Dennis Schroeder, Tim Hardaway Jr., Rudy Gobert, KCP. I'm gonna be honest, I actually lied to y'all. This draft is weak as fuck. I think I was thinking about the draft with Jokic.
Comment. Yeah, I was going to save my comment here. I was saying really wrong in regards to Giannis, but I didn't know where Souls was going with that. This one, I'm very confident in saying, yeah, this is C-, if not a D tier. I'm probably going D tier because no hate to Victor, no hate to CJ. Victor had injuries to deal with. Rudy Gobert, I understand, is an all-time defensive player, but he's an all-time defensive player. You have some role players that are solid here, but don't let KCP fool you. KCP does not hard carry the role players of this list. You have Tony Snells. You have, literally, he's mean. You have Ben McLemores. You have Reggie Bullocks even. You have Raul Netos. You have Solomon Hills. So, like, these names, they're not good role players necessarily all the time. Tim Hardaway is a guy that's also trolled as well. So you have 2 trolls. Shout out Otto Porter, I guess. Shout out Dennis Schroeder, I guess. I don't think this draft's that good. I'm comfortably saying it's on the level of Kevin Garnett because Giannis is.
Yeah, I think it was 2014. What I was thinking of. Yeah, no, that's the Embiid Jokic draft. So I apologize.
2014 is a great draft.
Yeah, no, I apologize. This draft is ass. This D-.
You think it's worse than KG?
Yes. Yes.
Fair. If you got fair, I'm gonna probably say same, but. I see it.
Yeah, nah. Unless you really value Rudy Gobert.
You'd have to.
I will say this. It's better than what, like, the top 10 believes it to be. Because if you look at this legitimately might be up there with the 2000 draft. But when you consider who actually came out of this draft, who Giannis became, and who Rudy Gobert became, even Victor Oladipo, and CJ is better than what the top 10 believes. But even with that top 10 is just that ass. I don't know.
Now, 2014, we've already alluded to. 2014 is shockingly a damn good draft.
You know what's crazy about 2014? The hype that this had going into it, they was comparing it to the 03s. And then the careers panned out, and we was like, damn, it's not 03. But then the careers panned out just a little bit more.
Yeah, it's like,
and we're just like, okay, maybe not 03, but this shit pretty good.
Literally. You know how we were saying that the teams picked wrong? This time, honestly, it was us. We chose the wrong names for the media. So let's read the names, man.
Number 1 overall pick was Andrew Wiggins, followed by Jabari Parker and Joel Embiid. But names that came out of this draft, once again, Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, 2 of the top 3-4 players in the league right now, arguably. Zach LaVine came out of this draft, Julius Randle, Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Clarkson, Bogdan, TJ Warren, Jabari Parker, Aaron Gordon, Spencer Dinwiddie, Jeremy Grant, Clint Capella, Marcus Smart, Gary Harris, Yusuf Nurkic, Joe Harris. I really like the role players in this draft.
Yeah, where I have a ton of respect for this draft is probably shown to be the most adaptable draft thus far. I understand 10 years isn't the craziest gap, but these players came into this draft with like more 2010 style, and then the Curry boom happened. Most of these guys had to learn how to shoot. Most of these guys had to learn how to, hey, you better be damn good off ball because you're about to be a two-way guy. You're packed up. And 90% of these names we view higher because of how they play today. Not how they played in 2018-19 where their physical prime should be, but like how they play right now. So I think this draft, kudos to them for being like one of the most adaptive draft classes in a while. It has 2 hymns, if anything. If I understand we dunk on Embiid all the time on this channel, but I'm not going to be that much of a dickhead today. I gotta go A. I think it's better than the what was the tier? What was the draft I had? A-, not the Curry one, but the other one. Had another draft at A-. I think it's a little bit better than that one though. I'm gonna say it's better than 98. It might even be, I might go. No, I'm not gonna go A+ though, but I'm gonna go A.
I just liked how in this draft there were a couple guys where we thought, damn, these boys is ass. and then like prove themselves the other direction. Like Andrew Wiggins, some might even credit me as the guy who pushed the bus narrative for him, but he definitely redeemed himself. His last 2 years though kind of regressed a little bit, but nevertheless, Marcus Smart, inefficient as fuck coming into the league, man. But him being the heart and soul of the Celtics for a couple of years, DPOY, even Julius Randle to some degree. Now he's gone the other direction recently. Aaron Gordon.
The Julius Revenge Tour is going to hit. Continue.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon. Side note, looking at Jokic and Aaron Gordon in the same draft class is weird. And also like how their roles are now. Aaron Gordon being the 4th overall pick and Jokic being the 41st. This should just look weird. I don't know. But nah, man, this draft class is, I wouldn't say A minus, maybe B plus. It's just I was reading it, and the drop off from Jokic though is noticeable. But
it's there. But yeah, I just have a lot of stock for 2 of them. Like maybe I'm hating on the past 2 names. What was it, Steph Harden? I'm not trying to even remotely seem like a Harden hater. Maybe I'm higher on some of the role players than you are because I'm a really big Aaron Gordon fan. But Embiid and Jokic in the same draft though is crazy.
2015 NBA draft. This was the Karl Anthony Towns D'Lo draft. Jahlil Okafor draft too. Don't forget about him. Guys that came out of this draft: D Book, Cat, Porzingis, D'Lo. God.
No, this draft has a fall off, gang. Mild spoiler. And like again, I do these 2K sims, so like if there's something that I'm somewhat confident on, it's draft memory. Yeah, 2015, I literally define as my C tier draft. Literally a draft where, if you were bad, yeah, you got a good name, but that's it. You got a good name. Like if you got lucky, you were a Devin Booker guy. If you got lucky, you were a Cat guy or even a Kristaps guy. But like Miles Turner's good player. Norman Powell's good player. Montrezl's a good player. All these are good players, but like,
I'm just saying, even if we redraft this, a draft class, this being the Devin Booker lottery draft, respectfully, ooh,
like
brother,
gang. like gang, like maybe we're hating a little too hard. And again, we're in the era of these role players, so it's gonna have tax for the comment section. And I can't believe y'all got me standing up for unks right now, chat. But comment 789 is gonna be like, "What do you mean, Sage? Cedi Osman, Frank Kaminsky, these are good players." Like, you know what I mean? But like 20 years from now, they're gonna say Mario and Zonia. So like, keep it a bean, bro. This cool draft. I'm going C. Maybe you can gaslight me to C plus, but I'm confident going C. I'm looking at my previous grades from the 90s. Yeah, I don't think this draft clears like a Jason Kidd and Grant Hill draft. I'm
going C minus, maybe even D plus. The role players don't move me. The top end don't move me. Nothing moves me.
It's a draft. It's a draft. Like, this is literally a draft. There's never going to be a Souls and Sage what if for the 2015 draft. Put it that way, man.
No,
never in life.
Next up, we have the 2016 NBA draft. This is the Ben Simmons, Brandon Ingram draft. Yeah,
this is a draft too.
Yeah, if we want to revise history, Ben Simmons and BI, and then everyone else. This was that draft. But notable names. I'm gonna still say Ben Simmons is a notable name. Brandon Ingram, Jaylen Brown, Siakam, Sabonis, Hield. I don't know why I just called him Hield. Oh my God, Buddy Hield.
Not Lil Hield.
Because no one ever called him just Hield. So many people just call him Buddy, if anything.
Hield, don't worry about it.
Buddy Hield, DeJounte Murray, Malcolm Brogdon, Ben Simmons, Karis LeVert, Malik Beasley, Taurean Prince, Chris Dunn. This is where the drop off happens.
Yeah. I despise these role players, but I actually think this draft is pretty top heavy. And the top heavy part of the draft, despite Ben Simmons being a miss, wasn't that bad. Brandon Ingram, Jaylen Brown, Pascal Siakam, Jamal Murray, Sabonis. Hell, basically the entire lottery until you got to pick 11, you got a good player. I'm just not a fan of these role players at all, though. So I'm going to say C+, maybe B-. Well, actually, I'll go B- because I can't ignore 8 damn good names, like damn good names. But after that, I do not care.
Yeah, a lot of these players are like really integral to the era of basketball that we're in right now. I ain't gonna lie. So I'm gonna give them credit on that front. And they don't got a him, but they got a lot of really good players. Like Finals MVP, Supermax Jaylen Brown is on this. You know what I'm saying? Jamal Murray is on here as well. Brandon Ingram, even despite all of these years of everyone moving up and down and having crazy playoff performances, he's still like arguably the best player, honestly.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons in his prime was still Ben Simmons in his prime. I'm not going to forget about those years. He got like 6 man of the years too. I'm still high on DeJounte Murray. Domantas Sabonis has become like an MVP candidate over this last year, depending on what you think a candidate is. But he was in the voting.
It's top 10 candidacy, but yeah, like literally these names, and then there is a fall off. Fair enough. I'd say B-. I think it's very fair.
Next up, we have the 2017 NBA draft. Markelle Fultz was the number 1 pick, followed by Big Zo, followed by Big Tatum, followed by Lil Josh Jackson, and then Big De'Aaron Fox.
God damn it, man. Man, just hearing Lonzo's name, bro. The fact I haven't been able to push Lonzo propaganda because of injuries pisses me off, bro.
We got Donovan Mitchell out of this draft. Jason Tatum, I just said. De'Aaron Fox, I just said. Lauri Markkanen, Kyle Kuzma, John Collins, Bam, Dylan Brooks, Jared Allen, Derek White, OG, Lonzo, Malik Monk. I'm skipping these two. Well, honestly, Markelle's solid.
Yeah. This is what I call my wine draft. I called it the wine draft when I play 2K. I know that may sound ditty for some of you guys, but it's because I think this draft is starting to age like wine as time goes on. Another name that Bezos didn't mention yet, Isaiah Hartenstein, Steinstein. Yeah, every player from this draft just gets better. Like literally just, and I get it's not the oldest draft in the book, but like seriously, every player in this draft just gets substantially better to the modern day way of basketball, whether you're looking at a Donovan Mitchell, De'Aaron Fox, to even a Dylan Brooks nowadays, or an OG Anunoby nowadays. Some of these guys that we think are some of the most important players in the league. I think this is probably my underrated draft. And it gets underrated because of memes. Jason Tatum's a meme. Kyle Kuzma's a meme. Dylan Brooks is a meme. So Lonzo Ball's a meme. Markelle Fultz is a meme at times. So because this draft is so memed and he even has a bust in Josh Jackson, respect, it gets overlooked. But like even Josh Hart, that's another name. So I'm going to say that this draft, I'm not going to go A- because I can very conceptually see that this draft doesn't have a to many. Now, if you're high on Tatum, there you go. Yeah, and if you're high on Tatum, there you go. Like, what the fuck he got to do? But to many people, they don't have a But I definitely would say B+ for sure. The conversation is B+ or A- to me.
I just like the amount of all NBA dudes that came out of this draft, to be honest with you. De'Aaron Fox, JT, Donovan Mitchell, Bam. Y'all pushing the fuck. I love Derek White, but damn, this last year, man.
Not too much. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
God damn, man.
You don't like Derek White no more? Look at the
I just said I love Derek White. But God.
Okay.
Over JB? Over JB?
Come on, we getting to them, boys. This is how we build. We make them implode from the inside.
This is insane, bro. This is insane. But yeah, no, I really like this draft. Obviously, I have some bias towards this draft. But yeah, I'm going to say this is a B+. I'm going to say it's a B+. Next up, apparently, the only 2 drafts in the conversation of GOAT tier to Sage. 2018 NBA draft.
Here you go. I'm not saying that. The fuck? I'm saying in terms of what gets brought up, people jump to 2018 and 03. That is all I'm saying. And 84. I think those are 3 that people think of.
Number 1 overall pick, DeAndre Ayton, followed by Marvin Back. God damn.
Were you high on Marvin? I was a Jaleel guy, but were you high on Marvin?
I think I just saw him playing AAU in Boston, and I was like, damn, we need a guy from Boston to go crazy. That's the only reason I was rooting for him. But yeah, DeAndre and Marvin Bagley, Luka the Doncic.
You know my glorious king.
But yeah, we got Trae Young in this draft, SGA, Colin Sexton, Triple J, JB, DeAndre Ayton, which I understand he didn't end up being the number 1 overall draft pick that we thought he was going to be, but 17 and 11 is still 17 and 11.
It has weaknesses, but
MPJ, Miles Bridges, Mikal Bridges, Gary Trent, Anthony Simons. Even down here, Kevin Huerter's, Wendell Carter Jr. has been solid. Dante DiVincenzo, Devontae Graham had a couple years. Lonnie Walker, Grayson Allen was really good for the Suns just this last year. Bruce Brown was integral to the Nuggets. Rob Will down here, Mitchell Robinson, Mo Bamba,
Draft
Jay
deep as shit.
Vando. I'm saying Jay Vando.
Hey,
down here too.
This gonna sound Mickey. And granted, 2018 is the thing that people argue for 2018, that this draft like 50 deep, like dead ass. Yeah, you'd have to be an idiot to not get a good player out of this draft, which I know it sounds Mick, but that's almost an auto A for me. Like 50 deep? What the hell? But for me, this is easy S. I mean, I know right now we're at the point where these guys are questionable for because careers are still playing out right now. But Luka's, come on. And if you're not a Luka guy, you have to not be a Luka and SGA guy. And then even if you want to hold back your S takes there, bro, Jalen Brunson then jumped this draft even further. Like, what the fuck? So, yeah, you have JB, Trey Young, Anthony Simons, McCall and the Bridges. Like, McCall and Miles Bridges. Like, no matter which way you look in this draft, you're getting a damn good player. I think that is the, like, literally what you want in a draft class. Hey, I can't miss. I'm getting a good player. So this is S for me.
Yeah, no, this is S. And we just have to see how their careers pan out, depending on what SGA and Trey and Jalen Brunson pan out to be. But if we're just talking about all NBA talents, not only are you getting all NBA talent, you're getting all NBA first team talents. And we're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4 dudes from the same draft class. Yep. Not a lot of draft classes say they got 4 all NBA first team talents. Next up, we have the 2019 NBA draft. Now, let me tell you, man, when I talk about a draft that going into it, I really thought was them. I didn't think that was 18, to be honest with you. I thought I was higher on 17 more than 18 going into those drafts. And then 19 happened, and I seen Zion and Ja. Woo!
And some people were RJ. If you weren't RJ, you were a Cam Reddish fan. And if you weren't either, this is going to sound ludicrous, but souls, don't gaslight me, gang. You were a Jarrett Culver guy. If you weren't either, you were a Jarrett Culver guy. So, like, fuck, this draft breaks my heart, bro. But read the names.
Yeah, we got Zion. We got Ja. RJ Barrett, Darius Garland, Tyler Hero, Keldon Johnson, Jordan Poole, KPJ, DeAndre Hunter, Kobe White, PJ Washington. Oh, this is the trouble draft, too. This is the draft that just cannot stay out of trouble. Heart.
It's the trouble draft. Injury it's this generation's what if draft. As we're displaying the names, bro, I'm gonna keep it a bean. It's too early to just rule out at this point in time. Will Zion step up and be the guy? Will Ja step up and be that guy? Will Darius Garland make a career comeback? Because what the fuck's going on with him, right? This draft has damn good like players in it as well, but I think now we're getting to the point where, hey, these names, like everybody knows these names, otherwise you're not watching the game. I can't go anywhere above a B though, bro. As talented as this draft, you could argue, is, man, production matters. And a lot of these names just are not producing enough for me to jump the gun like how I can for 2018.
I did think that Zion and Ja were going to carry this draft, but considering I'm still high on Ja because obviously this last season was an anomaly for different reasons. But Zion, God, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt for one more season. But God, Zion.
No, Bezos has been carrying the give Zion another year shit. I'm for it, though. Yeah, I'm not hating, but, like, for example, again, because I've lost track of my grades, but, like, when I looked at the 99 draft that I actually have ready on my screen, for example, 99 draft, when we're looking at a draft that had, like, Terry, Richard Hamilton, Manu Ginobili. If you're a Corey Maggette fan, go for it. Ron Artest / Metta World Peace, Steve Francis, AK, things like that. Like, those names, they don't sound cool at the time. And maybe perhaps Zion and Ja are better than them. But, like, all the other names on this list, you'd be like, oh, they got the depth that, like, a Lamar Odom kind of guy. So, like, for me to sit here and look you all dead in the face and say, oh, yeah, this draft clears something like that because it's more current would be, like, the ignorant thing to do. I know I'm the guy that doesn't take himself seriously, but, like, I can only do that so much, bro. I'm going to have to give that, like, a very similar grade.
I'm going to give it a C+. I ain't going to lie.
You even lower. I respect it, but I'm just trying to be somewhat optimistic. I'm not trying to give it too much of don't be a dick tax, but
because I'm just thinking even if Zion does pan out and Ja just continues the trajectory he's heading in, the drop off from Ja and Zion is pretty damn big. And even like if Ja and Zion work out, realistically speaking, Ja he has a chance to be like a him. Zion, couple All-NBA teams, but he got a lot of work to do. So just seeing what I can realistically see, nah, man, it's C+.
I'll say this as a caveat to give us all some bail here, and even the angry SNSers, you'll admit, from this point on, including 2019, you could argue this is like a projections thing more than anything, because now we're in the 2020 draft, and we're not even at 2025 yet, bro. Like, what? like nothing. We can't be held accountable for this. If you want to argue 2019, we should have had something more objective. Go for it. But from this point on, these are definitely projections.
Next up, we have the 2020 NBA draft, #1 overall pick, Anthony Edwards, followed up by James Wiseman. We got LaMelo Ball in this draft as well. Other notable names, we got Tyrese Maxey, Desmond Bane, Tyrese Halliburton, Sadiq Bey, Emmanuel Quickley, Devin Vassell, Cole Anthony. A lot of really good guards in this draft. Jaden McDaniels is in this draft. Denny Avdija is in this draft. And drop off from there. Now I got to bring up James Wiseman and Killian Hayes. So
yeah, this draft is going to be, in my opinion, the guards version of 2014, where it's like the two players are going to be guards instead of the bigs. It has some nice role players in it. My concern with this draft is its depth. A lot of these names are looking like they haven't found their place thus far, but they're early in their careers. I'm going to say that Ant's going to be him. I'm going to say LaMelo finally, at some point, he would either A, mature, or B, get the hell out of Charlotte, whichever one floats your boat. Both of the Tyreses are good already, let alone will be good. I'm going to say this is going to be like a B+ even. I'm pretty high that Ant's going to be an amazing player.
I don't like the depth in this draft, to be honest with you.
I don't. I mean, blunt. I don't.
In terms of the top heavy, I'm high on Ant. LaMelo, you're on that Zion tier for me. I ain't gonna lie. I need to see it to believe it. Reese, I fuck with Reese. Maxey, I just need to see a playmaking leap, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. Desmond Bane, you're cool.
But like names like Jalen Smith, he's still figuring things out. Jaden McDaniels, hell of a role player. KJ Martin, Trey Jones, Killian Hayes is a meme right now. Aaron Naismith is looking like he's going to be the next name to give this draft a nice surge. But a lot of these other role players, Poku, Peyton Pritchard, just they cool.
I'm gonna say B, B-, B. It ain't a bad draft. If you need a guard though, go to that 2020 draft. 2021, this is the Cade Cunningham draft. Pretty controversial draft considering how we talk about this draft now. Jalen Green's in this draft. Francis in this draft. Scotty, Evan Mobley, Sengun, Cam Thomas, Josh Giddey, Kuminga, Trey Murphy, Jalen Suggs, Herb Jones, Bones Highland, Corey Kispert, and drop off.
I fear for the peaks of this draft. This is going to sound like a hater take. I'm just going to keep it a bean. I'm scared that Cade is going to genuinely be the best player, and Cade's not going to be like OD good. Now, Cade has a ton of time. Same thing with Evan Mobley. Same thing with Jalen Green. But as you can see, I've named 3 players who at this point in their career, it's kind of like, you got to figure this shit out, gang. Points in their career. Evan Mobley with the offensive side of the ball. Cade Cunningham with impacting wins. And Jalen Green kind of in the same sentiment, but especially in terms of getting a more mature basketball game. Franz Wagner, I think people know he's a high floor, some high ceiling guy as well, so we'll see. But a lot of people view him as a high floor, low ceiling. Same with Scotty Barnes, unless you're a Toronto Raptors fan, then my God, you love that guy. Sengun, again, some good players for sure, but I'm concerned about the peaks of this draft. So I'm going to go say B-.
Yeah, I actually like the floors of this draft, to be honest with you. But this can either go two ways. These guys either reach their potential and Jalen Green becomes a top 3 shooting guard in this league. Cade becomes this Luka-esque figure. Evan Mobley becomes a Bam-level player. Scotty Barnes becomes one of the best two-way wings in the league. Sengun actually ends up being Baby Jokic, which he's actually living up to pretty well. Or a lot of these dudes peak at like, yo, you can be the 3rd best player on the championship team. So it just depends on how they pan out. If I had to put a pin on it, though, it's going to sound Mickey, but it's probably in between. I think 2 of these guys are actually going to reach their potential. I just can't put a pin on who. 2 to 3. And a bunch of them will just be like 2 to 3s.
Comment below. I'm not asking you guys to comment all of the drafts because, my God, I ain't reading that. But comment below everything from the projection period on. What do you project these drafts to rank? I'm actually curious on how high y'all are on this draft because this draft is like the question mark to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna say B. I'm gonna say B. Next up, we have the 2022 NBA draft. #1 overall pick, Paolo Banchero, followed by Chet Holmgren, Jabari Smith, Keegan Murray, Jaden Ivey, Benedict Mathurin, Shaden Sharp, Dyson Daniels. Other names to bring up, we got J-Dub in this draft, Jalen Duren in this draft, Jeremy Sochan in this draft, Mark Williams, Tari Eason, Andrew Nembhard.
Oh, I confused Naismith and Nembhard earlier. Oops. I definitely did. I confused the shit out of them. Hey, for the guys that were cooking me at that timestamp, please delete the comment. I fucked up.
We got some decent role players down here. We got Jalen Williams, the other J-Dub on the Thunder, Peyton Watson, Christian Braun.
So thus far, draft actually has been a very hit or miss for me. There's some players that I'm like, you got time. You got to figure that out. And there's some players I'm like, oh, shit. Him. Paolo, J-Dub, Chet. J-Dub and Chet, granted, in terms of winning right now, yeah, they need to figure it out ASAP because SGA is really fucking good. But if they were like solo star careers, if SGA just wasn't on the Thunder, I'd be very much like, damn, okay, see, you got something going on. So, yeah, I think unironically, the floor of this draft can be a fucking pit, but the ceiling? This draft might be fucking him because I ain't mentioned Paolo yet. And then we skipped over Benedict Mathurin, I think. I don't know if you said his name. But Benedict Mathurin, in a different situation, might still be a damn good player his damn self. I'm going to say that I really think Paolo and Chet are going to be like that.
I weirdly like the 21 draft now that I'm looking at this more than 22. I don't know. It's just, I think the floors of the 21 draft is much higher, like you said. Because I don't think the floors of these guys are pretty high. And then the ceilings, I think Paolo and K got the same ceiling. That's just me.
Damn.
Chet is going to be the difference maker. But I like Sengun. I ain't going to lie. I like Sengun.
Yeah, I forgot Sengun's there. That's fair. That's very fair. I did just blank on Sengun. It's relative, but like put it this way. I think like Chet and Paolo, and you said Paolo and Kate are on the same tier. Maybe in terms of players right now, for sure, absolutely. I do think Paolo has higher potential. Like, if I had to give someone A+ potential and then someone like A- potential, give me A+ Paolo. I think Paolo can break the league. He just passes too. Like, literally, the thing we say with him is he passes too much.
Nah, I feel it. It's just, to me, it's not even that conversation. It's the conversation between, like, 4 and 9. And, like, the 4 and 9 for the 21 draft is who? Jalen Green, Scotty Barnes, Jabari Smith, Franz Wagner, Evan Mobley. Like those guys, I like those guys' prospects better than. So if we take Paolo,
I agree. They are better prospects for sure. Perfect way to describe it. These guys have more boom or bust potential. In 21, you kind of like, you know what you're going to get, but it's a little disappointing because we thought we would get something great.
Yeah, so I actually like 21 draft better. I gave 21 a B. I'm gonna give this one a B-.
I'm just optimistic on the good players in this draft. So weirdly enough, I'm higher on it. I'm gonna say that they're gonna pan out. I'm gonna go B+. I think Paolo's gonna be amazing.
Next up, we got the 23 draft. This was last year's draft class, headlined by Victor Wembanyama, followed by Brandon Miller, Scoot Henderson, the Thompson twins, Anthony Black. They got Gigi Jackson in this draft. They got Keontae George in this draft. Cam Whitmore, Jaime Jaquez, B. Pods, Derek Lively. Obviously guys that, we definitely need to give them more time, absolutely. But how you feeling about this draft?
So obviously of all the drafts possible, this is literally insanely early. But based off what I seen last year, shot in the dark. We're getting killed no matter what we say. We could say A, we could say F, we're cooked. Wemby gonna be him. Let's start there. Well, that's happening. Deal with it. Just need to stay healthy. Knock wood. Brandon Miller, give him time. I like his game, smooth game. Scoot, he can see now, so hopefully that works out. The Thompson twins, shout out brother Damo. He's way higher on the offensive upside than me. I'm not. Offensively, I'm concerned. Defensively, of course, they're like that. But Amen is very fucking athletic. Both are. But Amen, obviously. Derek Lively, he's Derek Lively. Even if he peaks at being like a souped up JaVale McGee, that's a damn good player. I'm going to say that this draft kind of just, it's so fucking early to tell. I'm going to give this a C+, though. I think it's going to be like with the Wemby draft. No hate.
I think going into last year's draft, maybe this is just how I'm remembering things. We hyped up the overall talent way too much. And again, it's only been year one, so these guys, and I hope they do prove me wrong. Vic is going to be Vic, but outside of that, who's going to make all NBA teams and be all NBA caliber players? Brandon Miller got the best chance. Outside of that, everyone else is a really big question mark for one reason or another.
Yeah, and this is like the thing where I'm saying our foot's at the fire no matter what we say here, because if we were overly optimistic on everyone working out, like Pods, for example, who Warriors fans love, and rightfully so. He's a young player and he's pretty damn good. But if we were just to stamp that Pods is going to be an all-NBA first-team player consistently, that's kind of dick suck. So, like, there's no win here. To be honest, we shouldn't grade this and or leave it a question mark, but I'm not going to be that much of a pussy. I'm going to say that I'm sorry to me. Don't diss to the NBA YouTubers that do that. But I'm just not going to be that much of a pussy. I'm going to say that this is a C+. If I had to make a decision right now, I have to go off of what I feel and what I've seen. I think this is going to be known as the Wemby draft, and a couple of names are going to pop out.
And last, arguably least,
Yo,
arguably.
So obviously obviously this is a gut feeling pick. Holy shit. Now, the popular thing, though, to be fair, is I don't need that soliloquy this time. Y'all hate this draft. I actually think this draft is a little too overhated. I think Sarr is dog shit that he's been in the summer league. He's not going to be that dog shit for his entire career. Now, I understand, but hey, if you're in the DMV stage, I'm talking defensively. Worst case, we talking Evan Mobley. I hope that's not what you mean? Worst case, you're talking Evan Mobley.
I think you're underrating Evan Mobley now. God damn.
Oh my god.
God damn. And I've never been like high on Evan Mobley. No, but you said worst case Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley sweet. Damn.
Sarr's a good defensive player. I think him and Evan Mobley are made of the same build. And I don't think Evan Mobley's shit. I think the same things about Evan Mobley, which are suspect offensive play, the same things with Sarr. Right now, Sarr can't get a shot to go in the goddamn bucket. He can't shoot a rock in water, can't put butter on eggs, can't put cheese on them either. He can't do nothing right, but he can play defense. By the way, if you don't put cheese on your eggs, you're nasty. Some of you put ketchup on it. The fuck? But besides the point, Reed Shepherd, he's looking like a bucket. Rishashare, I hope I said his name right. Zachary, he's a bucket. So I'm fucking with that. Ron Holland, I like him. Wrong team. I don't know why he's there. the threes in Detroit, they're going to be dead last locked. Zach Edey's the troll pick, but people are saying that they actually think he's a decent player. And then some of these people I just don't know. Y'all know I don't watch college. But based on what I've seen in Summer League and then based off of just like reports and other things like that, I think that this draft is gonna shut up people from being this all-time shitter draft. But I can't glaze. I haven't seen them play a single NBA game yet.
I think this draft right here.
Your face. Yo, editor, can we get a slow motion Monday Night Raw replay on that, bro? Because nobody's gonna pick that up. He said this draft right here.
This draft right here. My thing is, bro, I feel like in hindsight, we gonna say they got the top two wrong, but in retrospect, I don't blame. Well, I blame Atlanta, but like maybe we should have looked at Reed Shepherd more than how much we did. Maybe
you like Rob Dillingham, right?
I like Stephon Castle.
Oh, you like Castle? That's who it was.
I like Stephon Castle, but yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. And I'm also scared for this draft because it was a talking point the night of the draft that, okay, maybe the talent in this draft isn't as bad as we thought, but they just got drafted by the wrong team for X, Y, and Z reason. Like Donovan Clingan is going on a team with Rob Will and DeAndre Ayton. Like what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? Who was the guy that was drafted by Detroit? Ron Holland, drafted by a team that needs shooters, and he can't shoot for shit. So how effective is he going to be even within his own skill set in a system with a bunch of non-shooters?
Yeah, that's the fucked up part. We're not going to have proper analysis on these players for like 4 years. So even 4 years from now, when we regrade these things, it's going to be kind of unfair because most of these motherfuckers is hoed.
Yeah, Jared McCain is going on a team with Tyrese Maxey, and I think they just got Kyle Lowry. So how many minutes is Jared McCain going to get? So all of these different questions.
Khalil Ware is going to get burned, though, or should.
Yeah, but Reed Shepherd, I think he's gonna get minutes, but Houston got a problem with just too many like good young players.
Houston Rockets fans, serious question. Because I know you see what OKC's doing, but don't y'all feel y'all got a little bit too many of like the shot creating young player guys? You know what I mean? Like, you got like 5 names that all, if you want to see them optimize, gotta dance with the ball a bit, or at least create with the ball, because even Sengun gotta create a shot. So, like, do y'all want to start moving some names out to get more Freds and Dylan Brooks, or do y'all want to just say fuck it and keep stacking up?
No, high take. At some point, we are gonna see the detriment of like those shot creators not getting the ball in their hands. Because I think even though the Celtics just won a championship with JB and JT leading the way, I do think their deficiencies over these last 3 years is because early in their career as top 3 picks, they did not get those on-ball touches, those shot creation touches that they needed that a guy like Donovan Mitchell, De'Aaron Fox, and even Luka got in that same time span. So now that when we're seeing them in year 7 or 8, like their on-ball creation and all that shit is just way more polished. But yeah, in terms of Houston, I think they're gonna run into that same problem if they don't figure out that hierarchy soon. And Sengun separated himself from the crowd last year, but he didn't have like an SGA season. I want to keep that in mind.
Yeah, so it's like, do you want to die on the Sengun hill, or do you want to give JG another shot? Do you want to give Jabari Smith another shot? Do you want to say fuck it, Amin Thompson? Like, you know, like, again, so many names, Cam Whitmore, so many names that you don't even know who the guy in Houston is right now, and that's a good issue to have. But if you do nothing, it can be a problem.
With that being said, this draft right here, if I had to put a pin on it, I'm going to say C+. I think there's going to be a lot of like role players in this draft that they're going to be notable names in the league for years to come. But in terms of all NBA high level caliber players, there may be 1, maybe 2. And if I had to put on who that is, I genuinely do not know. I don't know who that is.
I hate the cop plea because I just talked about not being a pussy earlier, but I just don't watch college. So, gang, I do not know. This is just gut feelings here based on the narratives and minimal summer league games that I've seen. I'm going to go flat C. I think this draft, I forgot which other draft I said did this. I think this draft's going to just have a ton of hit or miss. It's going to be like 2013 with Giannis. I think it's going to be like that. People who think this draft's going to be historically bad, it's not that bad, but it is going to have a couple players that's like, see, told you, Sage, that guy sucks. Oh, but damn, Sage, I didn't see that coming, but who did?
With that being said, let us know how we did. Let us know if y'all disagree with anything. Y'all probably did disagree with everything. I mean, we graded.
We couldn't get anything
drafts.
right. Yeah, I know, man. But hey, we've credited 50 drafts. I tried to keep my list on for consistency's sake. Hopefully, I didn't derail too much from it. I understand we said B tier a lot. Because a lot of these drafts are B tier, man. They got a couple of good guys, some shitters, and a couple of good number 2s. But let me know your thoughts, man. What's your GOAT draft, man?
Put a pin on it. What's your GOAT draft?
If the conversation is you can't fuck up, hot take 2018. If the conversation is which draft would I want to be tanking in the most because if I'm in the lottery, I got a him, 96 1A, but you can gaslight me to go in 03. Because LeBron's that good. That's literally LeBron is that good to convince me it's better than 96. But I think y'all, if y'all remember them 96 names, they got too many. Like, what we talking? 5th pick Ray Allen in a redraft, bro? In fact, comment below if y'all want us to do some redrafts, man. We dead talked about that. But, like, see what I'm saying?
The
like,
noticer.
The noticer, what you mean?
When the criteria is picking a draft where you need to get a him, he doesn't pick the draft with Luka Doncic, the noticer.
I said fucking Luka.
Noticer.
What?
You said if you're gonna pick a draft where you need a him because we just tanked the season.
That's not a because you get
with Luka?
That's the same thing with LeBron because you either go Luka or you go Trae Young versus LeBron
SGA
or Dwayne.
Jalen Brunson?
See, you're going to make me say some shit I don't want to say on the internet right now, man. Damn.
The noticer chat. How high does he think of Luka?
Oh, no, Luka's my glorious king, my GOAT. But, like, my thing is, like, when we're going SGA. Okay, so I did forget SGA exists. Fair enough. I mean, you know what? I gotta call it out. I was thinking DA Cal Brunson. I forgot about SGA. So you got me there. Damn. Oh my God, I say so.
Nah. The noticer.
Damn.
He's changing his pick.
I forgot about SGA. I gotta be honest. I forgot about SGA, bro. Because I think him and Wade, I mean, damn. Fuck. See, I hate B-Souls because now if I compare him to Dwayne Wade, I'm in trouble. So I'm not even going to do that. Bosh kind of poo-poos on the other niggas, though. Because when Triple J, Trae Young.
Man, it's 2003, man. Stop.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and put... Fuck!
Yeah.
Fuck!
It's 03, bro. It's 03. Come on, bro. Bron, Wade, worst case Melo, worst case Bosh. Come on, bro.
But like 96 is like worst case Ray Allen. Oh no. Worst case Steve Nash. Shit. Like you start with Kobe. Worst case fucking Peja. Well, Peja's a little drop there. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm gonna say 96 at 3. Looking at it again. We just talked about so many drafts. I'm allowed to look at these things again. But 96 at 3. I'm gonna go 2018 1 032. 96 3 032 2018 1. I have to 55. I have to value at the end of the day 55, and then Luka Braun. I mean, you know my answer, but even if that isn't your answer for the popular picks, man, like Trey, like Wade, SGA, Trey to Melo. If you don't like that, all right, we have Jalen Brunson to Melo. So either way, fuck yeah, fuck.
Wait, the SGA chat. Wait, what's the difference? What's the difference?
Fuck!
Wade, SGA.
So I think D Wade is, for clarity, Heat Nation fan 402. Dwayne Wade's a better all-time player. Hell, I might still like him as a talent, and that's gonna piss off the Thunder fans. But SJ might fuck the league up, dog. So
what? And D-Wade did. What are we doing?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God.
So when I'm like SGA and Wade cool, and then I'm like, okay, you might favor Wade. I'm like Luka and Bron cool. Most of you idiots will favor Bron. Melo and Jalen Brunson cool. Some of you, because people are doing it now, you might favor Melo, but some people are actually going JB there. Every other name, we could go pick for pick. 2018 kind of stomp, gang. I ain't gonna lie. Well, Bosh. Forgot Bosh, too.
Bosh Trae Young?
Bosh poo-poos on the next one. Fair enough. No disrespect to Trae Young. No respect to Triple J. Y'all forget about Prime Bosh. Bosh poo-poos the next nigga. However, the remainder of those drafts,
Who the next guy? After Bosh.
Let me pull up. Bruh.
You about to bring up Mikal Bridges, bro. Like, come on, dude.
I get to bring up Jalen Brunson or Trae Young because only one of them. Chris Kaman, Kirk Heinrich, David West. This is what I'm saying. Kyle Korver. Like, dead ass? You gonna get mad. Mikal Bridges. Like, hey, Mikal Bridges got them names? So
wait, say the list again. So Bron, Luka.
All right, I bet. So you go Bron, I go Luka.
Okay.
All right, you go Wade, I go SGA.
Okay.
And granted, that might be in your favor. You go Bosh, I go like Trey or Triple J. Either one don't really matter. And then you go Melo, I go JB. Now the remaining names, I got 2018.
Who's the remaining names after that? Because you said the next one was Trey.
You got Trey or Jaren Jackson. I'd probably say Trey because Jaren Jackson's the big man, so put him with.
What? No, we're looking at. Why did you just compare Chris Bosh and Triple J?
Okay.
The next guy is Triple J.
All right, fine. Triple J it is, gang. I don't know what to tell you, man. Fine. Triple J's the next guy. MPJ, Mikal, Anthony Simons, Gary Trent Jr., Wendell Carter, Dante DiVincenzo. Got some of the big names, big men, not big names. Oh my God. Mitchell Robinson, Robert Williams, Bruce Brown. I think this draft just
that draft is
stomps the
deeper,
depth.
but nah,
Yeah.
he tried to pull some crazy shit with the top of the draft, man.
No, I
ain't
didn't.
gonna
You're
lie.
gaslighting me.
No, he tried
And I
to
get
pull-
we gaslit you, so
Nah,
fair enough.
bro.
And shout out that one comment that thinks me and you hate each other or we're bullying each other. Gang, we do this to each other. We gaslight all the time. But he's gaslighting me right now. I don't think SGA's better than fucking Dwayne Wade.
Nah, but
saying,
even the Melo JB shit, and I don't want to defend
whoa,
Melo,
people do
but
that. People do that. People
do
that.
you? Do you?
I'm with the culture feeling.
What is that? Because Melo a culture guy too? I don't know.
Oh, but the culture feeling right now. The culture
Right
wanna
now.
go JB.
Oh
The culture
my
might want to go
God, bro.
JB. I'm just saying, what JB do for this city? Took pay cut? Okay.
Just forgetting about Denver now. Just forgetting about Denver.
What about Denver? Denver Nuggets fans hate Melo.
Because of
That's
how
a
he
fact.
left. Oh my, all right, bro.
That's what I say. That's a fact. I
Because
didn't
of how
lie.
he
That's
left,
a
not because of how
fact.
he played.
Denver Nuggets fans, talk to us.
All right, man. L outro. This is crazy.
Oh, now I say L outro. No. We ain't leaving nothing. We already gave him SNS Zuby. What about you?
I said 96.
You got 96 number one?
Yeah, when you consider it doesn't have the craziest depth. It doesn't have the craziest like top pause, but best of both worlds. Yeah, it's 96.
So he's saying Kobe and LeBron cancel out.
Yeah.
Get them, bronzexuals. Get them, get them, bronzexuals! Attack! Get them. And that's all I needed, man. Look, man, obviously we graded like fucking 30 drafts. So if we ended up missing any inconsistencies, I tried my hardest. But dog, it's a lot of drafts. Like bright as shit. Y'all make your own list. Y'all let me know who your GOAT draft is. Seriously though, more than anything for future videos, let us know if you guys want redraft content on here. We're definitely thinking about that. But it's been your boy Sage here with my brother Benjamin. We don't actually hate each other. Please stop that. Take care and stay blessed. And see you next time.